The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of the 7th Region Basketball Tournament starts now.
Seventh Region semifinal action on tap here tonight from Valley High School as we get set for a pair of really good games. As first, it'll be the Manuel Crimsons versus the Trinity Shamrocks, and then we will follow that with St. X Tigers and the Seneca Redhawks. Hello and welcome here into Valley High School alongside Mark Lieberman. Justin Kalen joining you for the call here tonight. And Mark, we're going to be treated to a fun night here in this one.
Nothing like playoff basketball. You can already sense it. The anxiety, the trepidation, everybody walking into the gym, and it's a different animal. There's no must-win games in December and January. The must-win games happen now. Yeah,
no doubt about it, as it's at a little bit of an earlier start time tonight due to some things that we'll touch on as this game goes along, as it'll be a 5:30 tip-off here in Game 1, as it is the 28-4 Manuel Crimsons taking on the 24-7 Trinity Shamrocks. The first game here tonight, Coach, is going to be a lot of fun.
It should be a tremendous game. Both teams can score. Both teams defend. The style of play, it's just going to be nip and tuck. It's going to just be great to see in these type of games who's going to make the little things happen. The 50-50 balls, the box outs on free throws, all the things that can affect winning. That's what matters this time of the year.
Yeah, anxious to see how it all plays out tonight, as we'll go ahead and step aside for our first break here. We'll come back on the other side, and we'll take a look at this Manuel team and Coach Coleman, see what his team's bringing to the table here in this one tonight. Stick with us. More 7th Region semifinal action coming right up on Glycod.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Brian Morrison in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Tradition means values, and we want a banker who has the same philosophy. Traditional Bank is a Kentucky-based business, and that does mean a lot to a business that is based in Kentucky. They know what we're going through. They are always there for us, and that means more than anything else. My name is Allison. I choose Traditional Bank because of the personal service. Paddle on into Canoe, Kentucky.
1965 Male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
and a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
And back here inside Valley High School as we continue to get you set for 7th Region semifinal action here tonight. Justin Kalin alongside Mark Lieberman. And due to the early start time, was unable to catch up with head coach McQuell Coleman of Manuel, who is in his 4th season, 81-31 in his career at Manuel. 163 wins, 123 losses in his 10th season. He spent time at Shawnee, J-Town, Seneca, and coach, he's got a really good team put together this season.
Yeah, he knows how to build a team wherever he's been successful. So he's put together a tremendous group that's going to play extremely hard on both ends. This team is a hard out. They can score the ball. They have great defensive just mindset just to get after it. So, you know, you want to be disruptive this time of the year, and that's what his team can do.
Yeah, as I mentioned, Manuel 28-4 on the season, 25th district champs as they defeated Shawnee 78-57 in that district championship. They took care of Mail 70-57 in the quarterfinal. It's a group for Manuel that's a pretty well-rounded unit. They've got 4 guys in scoring in double figures, so they're getting production from a lot of different characters night in and night out.
Yeah, they have great balance, and that's what you want this time of the year because you know, there might be nights where you're not shooting the ball well, but when you have balance, it can cover up a lot of things that are not going right for your team. And obviously it starts with his son as well. Malachi Coleman is a go-to guy that can just create his own shot. And in playoff basketball, plays will break down because you've been scouted. You got to have guys who can break plays to make plays.
Yeah, and Coleman definitely one of those guys. He was elected to the All-7th Region team along with his teammate Justice Decker. Those two lead the way, but Ryan Sheen, Josh Darst, Jared Dublin, a host of others will contribute tonight for Manuel. As we'll go ahead and step aside for another break here. We'll come back on the other side, and we'll bring you your keys to the game for this one. Stick with us. More 7th Region semifinal action coming right up on Glycod.
Gen Z is a stall generation. The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Go ahead, pour it on. As thick as you want to. Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering. Serving up the tastiest ribs, chicken, brisket, brown sugar sticky wings, mutton and ham. Always served to you fresh and so good, it'll make you say,
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, 7508 Preston Highway.
Holy smokes!
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a side of ranch.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. with health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
You're watching the 7th Region Basketball Tournament on Glycod.
And back here inside Valley High School, 7th Region semifinal action on tap here tonight. Justin Kalen back alongside Mark Lieberman as it is the 28-4 Manuel Crimson set to take on the 24-7 Trinity Shamrocks. I told you what Manuel did in their district championship. Trinity was also district champions as they won the 27th district 82-71 versus Seneca, who we will see in our next contest here tonight. And they also took care of Ballard 59-56 in the 7th Region quarterfinal. And we've got to bring you some keys to the game for this one. Tonight's keys to the game are presented by IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. Coach, let's first start with the Manuel Crimsons. Couple keys for them here in this one tonight.
Well, they're on the roll. You know, they've won 5 straight, and winning isn't normal. And when you get to that point, you feel good about yourself, and that's the kind of momentum you want coming into the playoffs.
And how about, I see break the streak. What do we mean by that?
Well, and then they've lost 5 straight to Trinity. So it's kind of the flip side of that.
Okay.
So, you know, you feel good about how you've played this last month. Now it's, okay, what we have to do to break that streak, to beat Trinity, to move on and advance. And those are the things that I'm sure the coaches, from film sessions to all the little things in practice, the details in shoot-arounds, and all those type of things to find out, hey, how can we move on and advance? And, again, the little things, that's what it takes to win in these type of games. So, you know, to beat Trinity, to break that streak, you're talking about every loose ball. You're talking about two-handed traffic rebounds. You're talking about no slippage, a free throw. You know, I use the term car crash rather than box outs on the free throws. You got to be really violent to make sure there's no second shots. Limit Trinity with their athleticism to one shot, you're in good shape.
And we'll see how it shakes out for Manuel tonight with those. How about for the Shamrocks of Trinity? A couple things they need to do to pull the win here in this one.
Well, obviously, Jaden Johnson's star power. How is Manuel going to guard him? Are they going to double him? Are they going to wait for him to put the ball on the floor? Are they going to trap him off screens? What are they going to do to make him a passer rather than just a constant scorer, just to frustrate him, almost to make him left-handed, the team left-handed, to the point where you're taking away what he likes to do. And as far as their defense, look, they held Ballard to 56 points. You know, their calling card right now is getting stops, and you know, that's their focus. They want to make sure they're limiting Manuel with their athleticism as well to one and done. And look, you know, you're talking about not skipping a beat. This team has been, you know, on the roll. You got to admire this program, losing a legendary coach from the bench right now, and having to just fill in for Coach Szabo. You got to commend the staff, the team, for where they are and understanding, you know, you're trying to block out the noise and focus on getting a win.
Yeah, you brought up the Trinity defense. They're only allowing 50.9 points per game, so that's definitely going to be something to keep our eye on here as this one shakes out tonight. As we'll go ahead and step aside for a break and come back with Trinity head coach Brett Saxton. I got a chance to catch up with him prior to this game here tonight. Before we do that, just a reminder, this broadcast is authorized by Valley High School with production rights owned by Glycod Media. Our aim is to provide the most positive representation for all student athletes, coaches, and game personnel. Thank you for watching. We've got more upcoming as we get you set for your 7th Region semifinals tonight on Glycod.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. with health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Go ahead, pour it on, as thick as you want to. Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, serving up the tastiest ribs, chicken, brisket, brown sugar sticky wings, mutton and ham, always served to you fresh and so good, it'll make you say,
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, 7508 Preston Highway.
Holy smokes!
I'm your overly competitive brother. Psych, and I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh? Foul! And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Thanks, bro.
Take a lap, rookie.
(1965) male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Blind Select, not just blinds. Blind Select, not just blinds.
You're watching the 7th Region Basketball Tournament on Glycod.
And back here at Valley High School as we continue to get you set for 7th Region semifinal action here tonight. Justin Kalen back now, joined by Trinity head coach Brett Saxton. Coach, in an interim setting here this season as you took over for Coach Szabo, a 59-56 win for your squad over Ballard in the quarterfinals. Tell us about that game, maybe a couple things that worked well, a couple things you'd love to see improved.
Yes, it was a great game, and Coach Willis does a great job. Anytime Trinity and Ballard play, you know it's going to be close, you know it's going to be competitive. Two really proud programs that are well coached, and it was a battle, and it was fun, and I hope that we're able to build off some of the things that we did late in that game in terms of the way we executed, how we defended and really stayed in a stance. You know, those are things that we're going to have to do tonight if we want to be successful and continue to play.
Yeah, as I mentioned, you stepped in for Coach Szabo in about the end of December. Seems like things have gone really well since then.
Yeah. Look, there's no replacing a guy like Mike. Coach Szabo is one of the best to ever do it, in my opinion. And I've known him as a coach and a friend and a boss. And so, I think he would want us to do what we're doing now, which is sort of two mutually exclusive paths where we're focused on doing the best that we can while also wanting to make sure that we're thinking of him and wishing him all the best.
Yeah, no doubt. You have 3 players averaging double figures this season. Alex Johnson's right there as well, just a smidge under 10. Seems like you're getting a lot of production from a lot of different guys across the board.
No question, and that's our goal. Our goal is to be as balanced as we can be, knowing that when you've got a talented team that can score the ball from all 5 positions, it may be somebody different every night. And so really stressing to our guys that we don't need to necessarily go out and force shots, look for shots, search for shots. If we'll just trust in what we do and trust in ourselves and each other, we're going to be successful offensively.
Well, we'll see how it plays out tonight. You all did not see this Manuel team in the regular seasons. Any expectations for this one tonight?
It's going to be a war. It's going to be a really, really good game between two teams that are extremely well coached. I have all the respect in the world for Coach Coleman and the way he coaches and how he gets his guys to buy into defense and rebounding and all the things that nobody really likes to do, but we know that championship cultures and programs are built that way. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, so am I, Coach. Best of luck. Thanks for spending some time with us, and we'll be back on the other side with your starting lineups here as we get you set for 7th Region semifinal action here tonight.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
The reason I went to Traditional Bank, I just felt at peace. The atmosphere was different.
Anytime we need anything, Traditional Bank's always there for us. Can't say enough about them.
Tradition to me means integrity. That's what our product's based on. Just the way I did it 25 years ago, we're doing it now on a mass scale.
My name is Curtis Mackley, and I choose Traditional Bank because of the relationship we have formed with them and their integrity. Welcome to Mingy Beef Jerky.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
You're watching the 7th Region Basketball Tournament on Glycod.
And back here, Valley High School, as we have wrapped up our national anthem, now set for the starting lineups as we get you set for Manuel and Trinity here in this 7th Region semifinal matchup. And we have got to bring you your starting lineups. Tonight's starting lineups are presented by Ruoff Mortgage, opening doors. Let's first start for the Manuel Crimsons. It's going to be Justice Decker, a 6'6 junior, averaging 14 points, 8.5 rebounds. rebounds a game. Malachi Coleman, a 5'11 junior. He wears number 3, averaging 16 points a game, 40% three-point shooter. Ryan Sheen, a 6'6 senior. He averages 12.5 points a game, averaging 8.8 rebounds a game as well. Josh Darst, 11 points, 5 rebounds, wearing number 13, a 6'3 senior. And the final Manuel starter, Jared Tublin, a 6'3 senior, averaging just over 6 points and 5 rebounds. A contest as Manuel coming out in their red uniforms. Kind of a slick-looking uniform here, Coach. We've got the black on top. You've got the ram in the middle. I like the looks of those.
Very sharp, and of course you've got Louisville colors as well, so that doesn't hurt.
Absolutely, yes. Now we'll turn our attention to the Trinity starting lineup as they are 24-7 coming into this one. They're going to trot out number 0, Julius Edmonds. He is a 6'6 junior, averaging almost 12 points a game, almost 8 rebounds a game as well. Lance Chandler wearing number 1, a 5'10 junior, averaging just 3.7 points per game. Dre Vassar will don number 2 here tonight, a 6'3 senior, as he is one of the straws that stirs the drink for Trinity, as he's averaging just under 15 points and 5 rebounds a contest, and all 7th region selection. Jaden Johnson, who you highlighted in our pregame here tonight, Coach, wearing number 11, a 6'5 sophomore, averaging just over 12 points a game, and he shoots 41% from deep. And the final starter for Trinity, Alex Johnson, wearing number 13, a 6'4 senior, averaging just under 10 points a contest. And his three-point shooting really impressive, averaging 62% from deep on the season.
Be interesting to see tonight, who starts off the game with poise and control, especially in the playoff game. Nerves are running high. Take care of the basketball, no live ball turnovers, run your stuff and defend. Early on, you certainly can't win a game in the first quarter, but you can put yourself in position to lose it where you have to fight back.
No doubt about it, as we'll see how this one shakes out. Trinity in their white uniforms with the green numbering, lettering, and trim, and they will win the opening tip here in this one.
See Manuel matched up man-to-man.
It's a Manuel team that has a lot of faith in what they do defensively. Pay attention to number 13. If you're watching at home, he's kind of their defensive stalwart. Was able to shut down Cole Edelin for the most part against Mail in their quarterfinal. As Jaden Johnson over to his left, that's Dre Vassar with it. He gets inside. And shot short here, but the offensive rebound sticks it up and in by Julius Edmonds.
Yeah, great defense. That's a tough play, air ball, and just first to the basketball and is able to put it back.
Now Manuel in their first offensive possession of the evening as Malachi Coleman loses possession briefly, but able to gather it back. On top, Tublin slides it over to Justice Decker. Out for Tublin, he'll fire and connect.
Great movement, slice cut, opened him up for the shot, and was able to catch and be ready for it.
Manuel snags the first lead for them of the game as the offensive rebound, 2 of them now on this possession for Trinity, and then a ball knocked out of bounds, but last touched by the Crimsons.
Yeah, that's the second 50-50 ball that they've come up with. I like how Manuel's just gap integrity. They're not letting dribble penetration. They're making everything tough right now for the Shamrocks.
Lance Chandler in possession of the basketball now. So he sends it over to Johnson, thought about a 3. Now with Vassar. Outside Johnson, and he will draw the foul as he tried to float that one up towards the rim, so a couple free throws upcoming.
That weave action, that dribble drive is just really effective, getting players downhill, and then a great shot fake and gets to the line, drawing the foul. And certainly, you don't want Manuel to have Decker in foul trouble.
As Johnson misses the first one, that foul was indeed against Decker. Johnson with one more opportunity here, and he connects on that one. An 83% free throw shooter on the season, so surprising to see him miss that first one.
Box set for Manuel.
As Coleman gonna slice into the lane, and he too will draw the foul in his pursuit to the bucket. That's going to go against Lance Chandler for the Shamrocks.
Well, sometimes the most dangerous player is the passer, and he entered the ball off the high post, cut off, got the ball back, and just for that 1 second that you relax, you get bumped and get hit.
And Coleman going to miss his first free throw. Look of surprise on his face as he walks back towards the timeline. He's an 82% free throw shooter on the season.
Getting all that stuff out of their system early. That's what happens in these type of games. You always tell your guys to be as physical as possible to be more comfortable.
And he's going to miss them both. It will take a little time for both these teams to find their footing here in this one, but 2 minutes in, not quite there yet as Trinity back in their offensive side of things. And they're going to turn it over here.
Yep, Manuel switched to a zone and confused Trinity. Weren't able to recognize. And
there's Tublin with it. In the corner now for Darst. Back in the hands of Coleman.
I like the patience of the Manuel team. They're exploring, finding the best shot for their team.
And Justice Decker, that's a shot he can knock down, but couldn't quite do it that time. And quickly, the Shamrocks back the other direction. As Johnson in the corner, he'll bring it back up top. Now dropping it down low. And a good cut and a good pass as well. Nice looking bucket there for the Shamrocks.
Well, we talked about the most dangerous player is the passer, and Vassar does a great job entering the ball into the low post, cutting as hard as he can, finishing that play.
And now dropping it down low for Darst, and he has landed on top of, and a hard fall to the floor that time. I believe that was Jaden Johnson that took the spill, and it was. So Johnson called for the foul, but
you know, we saw on the other end where Decker went for a shot fake, and then same thing here with Johnson. Just the discipline of just being the second off the floor. Just stay down, wall up. It's easier said than done, especially for young players, as hyped up as they are early in the game.
As Josh Darst able to knock down the free throw here. And an opportunity here to knot it up, and he will. 5-5 ball game, under 5 to play here in this first quarter. Justin Kalen, Mark Lieberman on the call with you this evening. Greg Bryan on camera, Tim Bryan, our on-site producer.
Great slip and drift pass. Great action by Trinity.
How about that speed by Lance Chandler getting inside?
Yeah, one extra pass after hitting the drift, and he stampeded downhill and just attacked the rim.
Here comes Malachi Coleman. Speaking of speed, but he'll lose that one out of bounds off of his knee. Good defensive effort there by Chandler.
No question. And you had Malachi driving hard. You kind of want to keep that ball out to your shoulder. Show your shoulder, not the ball. He exposed the basketball, goes off his knee.
Now Chandler sliding it to his right. Little wayward that pass, but able to be tracked down. Has Johnson inside the lane, and he's called for a travel.
They've run different sets each time down, and they ran an Iverson to get that action, but I like what they're doing. Their spacing is really good, and they're locked in defensively here.
Here's Tublin in possession, drops it down low for Decker. And Decker tried to get it out to Darst, and his pass a little off. Now quickly up, off the glass, and another bucket down low for Julius Edmonds. He's now got 4.
Well, live ball turnover. You know, Decker has the ball in the low post. You need the slice cut off him. Spacing is really important. Good trap on the ball screen.
Nearly another Manuel turnover, but they keep the possession alive. As Decker on the 3, and he can't convert on that one either, but Josh Darst working hard down low, and he loses it out of play, but Manuel will keep it.
Oh, just great effort. You know, only thing there, he tries to dribble that loose ball. Just cover it up and try and hit one of your teammates or even a timeout or a possession.
Well, in a game like this, 7th region semifinal game, it's going to take that type of effort if you want to advance in this tournament.
Oh, no question. And here's the key. Your baseline out of bounds plays defensively and offensively. You see Trinity put a guy on the ball, you know, to be effective and take away a passing lane. Let's see the movement that Manuel has and if they can create an open shot for themselves.
Carry-on Berry coming onto the floor, the 6'3 sophomore for Trinity. As Alex Johnson will head over to the sideline. 9-5 ball game.
See, they're trying to get Decker's touches, either the high post, he's pressure released out.
And Coleman gonna splash home the three. First points of the evening for Malachi Coleman.
Decker kind of played off on the catch, and you want to crowd them and entrust your teammates to give you help. Can't give him that kind of space to knock down that shot.
Got a comment on Decker accessorizing tonight. Both games I've seen him this season, he's had the white headband, but those were both home games. Now on the road, he's got the black one. I like it.
That's very important now. You got to know, got to look good as well.
Look good, feel good, play good, right?
That's right.
As another offensive rebound for Trinity. They are getting all kinds of them here in the early going. And a foul called as Julius Edmonds will head to the stripe for a pair.
Justin, those are the things that, long shot, long rebounds, you got to find the body. Those are the plays that affect winning. People think it comes down to the last two plays of the game. Things like that, where you give them a second possession and free throws. Do your job. You don't have to get the rebound, but your man can't.
See if Edmonds can knock him down here. As that first one a little long. As Avery Frasher, a 5'10 junior, coming on for Trinity as he'll replace Lance Chandler. And Jared Tublin coming off the floor for Manuel. As it's number 2, Darren Wells, a 5'11 senior, coming on for the first time.
The length and athleticism of Trinity, those are the type of things you got to make sure. Free throw box outs, every shot. It's just a total discipline of understanding what it takes to finish the job. Great defensive possession, just doesn't finish the job.
Edmonds hits the second free throw. He's now got 5 points. As Trinity on top by 2, 10-8 here. Darst could have fired that shot up. He turned around. I think it surprised him how open he was. Instead, back out for Coleman, who fires the step back, and he's got it.
Oh, he's tough off the bounce. They ran some chin action to try and get an easy basket for Decker. That wasn't there. And then Malachi just says, all right, their spacing was good. Let me make a play.
I don't know if there's a facet of the game that Malachi's not good in. All the times I've seen him this season, as we're going to get a foul down low here. And that was called against Malachi Coleman, his first, team's third against Manuel.
Well, the play broke down as they went for the shot fake, that Johnson put up, and got to stay down. Now, all the things, those are things that affect winning. Can't let Johnson get to the rim, Justin.
Nope. Got that big body, 6'5" frame as he goes 1 of 2 from the stripe. Only a sophomore, too, for Trinity. That's worth noting.
Yeah, he's one of the top players in the state, highly recruited.
As Coleman gives this one off for Sheen.
Great switch by Trinity, great slip.
And inside for Wells, who can't get that one to fall. Surprising miss there for Darren Wells. As Vassar back the other direction now. Try to bully his way inside, and he too draws some contact.
And that's going to be the second on Malachi.
And that's a big foul for Manuel, as he's going to have to come out of the game.
Yeah, that just, you saw Trinity go 4 round 1, kind of isolate him in the post, and those are the type of plays that you just hope he just walls up and you just don't want him to come in a second. It's just, that changes the whole dynamics of what Manuel's trying to do.
Well, it's very evident here in the early going of this one. Trinity, their plan of attack is to get it as close to the bucket as possible on each and every possession.
No question. They have athleticism. Their sets break down. They're still going to get to 4 round 1, try and find an isolation mismatch, and they just did it on that possession.
And a pair of free throws knocked in for Dre Vassar. He's now got 4 points here in this one, and Trinity on top by 3.
Well, they've extended their pressure with Malachi out of the game. Now you've seen them extend it into a 1-2-2.
And Coleman was replaced by Noah Smith as Darren Wells drives inside. That one's sent away. Now quickly up. Carry on Berry. On top here for Johnson. He leaves it off for Vassar, who assesses the situation, wants to drop it down low. Now he does. As Edmonds cross-court pass, 3 fired up by Johnson, and that one's short. And the defensive rebound by Manuel. And then Smith going to turn it right back over. And now both guys on the floor. And this is playoff basketball as we're going to get a jump ball, and it'll go back to Manuel.
Great hustle by Barry there. Bounce pass, looks like a layup. His athleticism and speed breaks it up. Loose ball, they both get to the floor. You like to see that. You love to see their last breath each possession.
Absolutely. Coach Saxton was trying to call a timeout, but he wasn't granted. As Wells on top now for Decker. Sheen over to Darst. He gives it back to Decker now.
Sometimes in games like this, and even though Malachi has great back cut.
And Smith going to draw some contact. Absolutely great back cut, but even better vision by Darren Wells there.
Yeah, the ball pressure wasn't great, and Trinity's really trying to get in those passing lanes, and they're overplaying. Manuel recognizes it and hits those back cuts.
And he did not have a lot of room to squeeze that one in. As Noah Smith will head to the stripe for a pair. And how's that come off?
Well, I believe that's their 4th missed free throw, but it'd be interesting to see how much trust they have without Malachi on the floor. If you can go and kind of trust your player with 2 fouls. Sometimes, it's always the rule. You take a player out with 2, and it might not be the case in this game. You don't want it to get away from you.
Malachi, son of Coach McQuell, so if he knows one guy better than any player on this team, I'd like to think it would be Malachi. So we'll see what ends up happening as Edmonds misses down low. And Manuel able to clear the defensive rebound.
Yeah,
as they fire it up, and they're going to say no good, as that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter of play. 13-10, Trinity on top as we head to the second quarter. Stick with us. More 7th Region semifinals coming right up on Glycon.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Brian Morrison in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're watching the 7th Region Basketball Tournament.
And back here, Valley High School, 7th Region semifinal action here tonight. And Trinity on top 13-10 over the Crimsons of Manuel in our first game of the evening. Justin Kalen back alongside Mark Lieberman. As Trinity able to be aggressive in that first quarter, Coach. They took it to the bucket a ton, drew a lot of fouls in that first quarter, but Manuel still right there in this ballgame.
Yeah, they're 2 for 6 from the free throw line, and those are things, playoff games, you just got to knock them down. That's the difference between a lead. Trinity running a cross screen, got a good look down on the post. You understand that, as you talked about, they're trying to get the ball inside. They understand where their strengths are with their length and athleticism.
Here is Manuel in possession now in their red uniforms. As Coach Coleman clapping his hands, getting his players' attention on the sideline.
Just a 5-out motion, getting guys to move.
And that's not a bad strategy as if it's going to be Decker driving it down low, but he misses that time.
Well, that also allows them to get their back cuts and get that what they had, so some of those opportunities. I'm sure they're looking for the same thing.
Wells gets it in play for Tublin. Tublin over for Decker. Thought better of the step back as Julius Edmonds was waiting there for him.
Yeah, and again, with no shot clock, you can be patient. It's pass and cut right here, and you're just waiting for one of the Trinity guys to break down.
First over to his right for Smith. Tublin. And patience.
And the biggest thing is, hey, if you can allow, no blow-bys and keep guys in front of you, great switch by Trinity, and that forces that live ball turnover.
Well, he started turning up the defense, the intensity, and that'll lead to a dunk by Julius Edmonds, as he's got 7 points now here in this one, and Trinity on top by 5.
Yeah, that lead's starting to grow, and you might want to just try and get your guy back in, and wouldn't be surprised if Malachi comes back in to try and settle them down.
As Decker firing that one up, draws some contact, so he'll head to the free throw stripe. That Trinity student section on the top of your screen there rocking after that last Shamrocks bucket. As that was the first foul of the game called against Julius Edmonds. As Justice Decker able to knock down the first one here.
They cannot turn the ball over and give Trinity runouts on those live balls, and they take care of it. They're okay. Defensively, they're very disciplined. They're tough. They've worked hard on that end. They just got to take care of the basketball. They had 3 turnovers in the first quarter, and they've had 2 in this second quarter.
We were curious when Malachi Coleman would make his way back out onto the floor. The answer is right now, with 6 minutes left here in this second quarter.
And they're protecting him with a zone. They've gone on a 3-2 zone to try and keep him out of that foul trouble.
And it'll lead to a wide open 3 here for Trinity. And they can't convert, trying to save it in bounds now. How about the athleticism there, as it was Rocco Pfeiffer having to jump over a table, it looked like.
Yeah, it does. Yep. On those shots again, though, you got to put a body on the body, because those basketballs, man, Trinity's going to chase them all down. You got to be more physical.
And now back cut here for Coleman. That one just rolls off the side of the rim, so he'll head to the stripe for a pair.
Yeah, they overloaded the left side, brought the ball over. You saw the overplay on Coleman. He's able to back cut that. Great action to clear out that side for the back cut. Now let's see. He missed his first 2. If he can knock these down.
If I was a betting man, which I am, I'm going to say he will, as he gets the first one to fall.
You kind of said that as the ball was going through on the first one, Justin. So I'm not going to.
No credit on that one?
No, maybe this one I'll give you. I'll give you a little.
Little's better than none.
Yep. Interesting to see now if Manuel's going to stay in that zone and protect Coleman. You're going to look maybe during certain situations, offense for defense in the first half, so he doesn't draw his third. Yeah, they're back into their 3-2, really to protect him and to keep him out of foul trouble. See if Trinity can still try and look to find guys flashing in with their athleticism into the inside. They don't have to settle for contested jump shots.
Well, it looks like they're going to be a little more methodical here with the different defensive look.
Yeah, they had a play set up. There was no back screen. They were looking for a lob for Johnson, and no back screen was set. Kind of a set play out against the zone.
Vassar drops it down low for Edmonds, and it's the call here.
I think there was something on the floor. So they're...
Oh, yeah, now one of our officials going to go over, and looks like, okay, somebody knocked something off the top railing, it looks like, as they're looking up, and now they're going to request a towel to wipe up that spot.
He kind of had a Mr. Miyagi wax on, wax off look there, but
he did, yeah.
Yeah, the towel is effective.
As now they continue to look up to that balcony and see exactly what may have dripped down. Let's hope it's not a leak in the roof.
Doesn't seem like Trinity's as comfortable, obviously, with their athleticism and what they can do with their skills to get some blow-bys and get some paint touches. The zone has kind of bogged them down and made them kind of indecisive. The biggest thing they can get off this is almost those shots can be, those offensive rebounds can almost be passes to themselves. I'm sure Trinity's going to attack the offensive boards as much as possible because you don't have an assignment of a box out when you're in the zone.
How many offensive rebounds they have in that first quarter?
Trinity had
just 3. That's surprising.
3.
A little surprised.
We might add a fourth to that.
All right, let's go ahead and step aside for a break here and figure out what's going on. We'll come back on the other side with more 7th Region semifinal action right here from Valley.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Brian Morrison in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
You're watching the 7th Region Basketball.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
You're watching the 7th Region Basketball Tournament.
And back here, Valley High School, as we are just about halfway through this second quarter of play. And game 1 of 2 semifinals here tonight. And how about a 3 coming out of that break for Rocco Pfeiffer?
Yeah, great action. The ball doesn't stick. Get the ball to the other side and just catch and shoot.
Justin Kalen, Mark Lieberman with you on the call here this evening. As we've got this game, and then St. X and Seneca will follow us. Real excited to see Quilron House for Seneca. Hadn't got a chance to see him this season, averaging almost 28 points a game. That's a tough St. X team he'll be taking on. As three-pointer out, another one, back-to-back threes now for Trinity, who hasn't taken a whole lot in this one.
Again, just those offensive rebounds, second chance opportunities.
And now Vassar outside, the three-pointer here, and Johnson splashes it home.
Justin, can't stress enough, those second chance points. You have a chance to keep it at 4, get that rebound. That's paramount for Manuel to stay in this game.
And that extends the lead up to 7 as Coleman missing on the other end, and Tublin fortunate to avoid the foul there as Johnson will fire again, this time well short, but another offensive rebound. Now back in the hands with Vassar. Slicing and dicing in the lane. His shot well short. As Coleman quickly up for Sheen, who gets it up and in, and that's going to be ruled goaltending.
Sheen, great job running the floor. Coleman did a great job of walling up so he doesn't get the foul. But it's going to be a long night for this Manuel team if they don't just make a commitment to the boards. No rebounds, no rings, as Pat Riley said.
Alex Johnson back in the game for the Rocks, as Rocco Pfeiffer will head back to the Trinity bench.
They've gone back to man.
And Malachi Coleman with a tough defensive assignment.
He's battling in front. You see the double team coming late from Decker.
And he's going to draw the offensive foul. So how about that turn of events? Instead of picking up a defensive one, he just says, heck with it. I'll just draw an offensive.
I'll tell you what, his foot fight and his battle, I had a chance to coach Peyton Siva, who would be matched up on bigs. Same type of thing, just battle in front. Players are uncomfortable throwing the ball into the post when someone does front. Now you got Trinity going zone, going 2-3.
And not a great idea as Tublin going to fire up the 3. It's a very good three-point shooting Manuel team. As Decker on top, back to Coleman, who looks back at Dad. Gets it into the corner for Darst.
And they've gone back to man, so it started off that. Now they've...
Maybe they're checking out the broadcast.
Maybe.
Heard us say that on the feed. Sheen now for three, and he's got it.
Well, you just can't relax against a guy like Sheen. With his length, he has room to shoot, and they overhelped on the drive by Malachi, and that opens up that shot.
5 quick points for him. Guy who averages 12.5 a ball game. As here's Vassar with it. Kicks it out for Alex Johnson. Now down low. Edmonds, another bucket up and in.
Yeah, that's a great drive. The help came. Nobody leveled off, and it opened up the easy layup.
He's got 9 points in the game now. Manuel back down by 4. Is Coleman going to back it up towards the timeline?
They're making life tough for Decker right now. He's not forced a couple jump shots.
And Sheen will fire another one. This time, no good.
I like that action. They doubled Malachi off that ball screen, and he was able to. Great rebound in traffic.
Well, Sheen doing it all right now. As Coleman will take the step in too. He can't convert. And rebounded once more by Carry-on Berry, excuse me. And now the offensive foul. Didn't see that. Did he extend that arm?
Looked like he was getting bumped, and it's sometimes the referee see it. He extended it a little bit, but it looked like he was getting bumped down the floor. And the thing is, now you're in the next any common foul, they're in the bonus, and then they have fouls to give.
Yeah. That was the second foul, by the way, on Jaden Johnson, so a big foul there. As we've got just over a minute left to play here in this first half. No team fouls on Manuel here in this quarter. As Decker, the turnaround.
Yeah, they ran the Iverson cut, cleared out that side for him to go one-on-one, and great spin move and finish.
Now Vassar trying to get his teammate to move. It was Berry he was talking to. As he gets it into the corner now for Berry. His three comes up short, and Sheen yet another rebound.
Really impressed with Sheen's rebounding ability as well.
He's pulling down almost 9 a game. As Manuel a chance to tie or take the lead here as we've got 30 seconds left in this first half of play. Tublin drops it down low for Darst, who gets it up and in.
Great split action again off Decker. Not trying to do too much. A handoff, they overhelp, creates the open layup.
And now this Manuel team starting to play with a little bit of confidence as this first half draws to a close.
And they have a foul to give. They have 3 fouls to give, 4 fouls to give. You'd think maybe that's something they want to do to get that clock where they don't get a free shot. Not with Malachi, though.
And the shot here going to be no good, so they do not foul, but it doesn't hurt them as we're going to head to the locker room tied up at 23. A fun first half here tonight in 7th Region Semifinal number 1. We'll step aside for a break ourselves, come back on the other side, bring you some halftime numbers, and get you caught up on that first half and take a look towards the second half as well. Stick with us. More 7th Region Semifinal action coming right up on Glidecod.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
Welcome to Holy Smokes Barbecue.
At Holy Smokes Barbecue, our pit masters smoke up mouth-watering ribs, chicken, brisket, mutton, and more. From sandwiches to full dinners, with a complete list of sides and desserts. Holy Smokes Barbecue. Just tell them that the man in the big white hat sent you.
Order up.
How's the pork chop taste?
It's pretty good. It's the best one I've ever had.
Holy Smokes Barbecue. Tell them the man in the big white hat sent you.
When
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. If you're a new or experienced agent and you would like to join Polo Real Estate, contact them at 502-702-7656. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable. They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself. This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Tinsley Family Concessions, a tradition of corporate excellence and community service. For more, visit tfcfamily.com.
And back here, Valley High School, right in the middle of our halftime here in 7th Region Semifinal number 1, as we are deadlocked at 23 between Manuel and Trinity. A back-and-forth affair in that first half of play. Justin Kalen back here alongside Mark Lieberman. And, Coach, a fun first half. Trinity got out to a little bit of a lead, but Manuel able to find their way back into it.
Yeah, they had that 7-point lead and just poised by Manuel to battle back. Really impressed by Ryan Sheen. He's rebounding the basketball. He's playing within himself, making the right plays. And Malachi Coleman, just gets that second foul, but comes in very disciplined. For Trinity, Jaden Johnson 1 for 4. You think in the second half now, he's going to understand. Trinity understands that as well. Get him touches, get him in position. They tried to run some cross screens for him. They tried to run a back screen lob against the zone. I expect him to really be more assertive and look for a shot. And I'm also impressed, Justin. Both teams with just 4 turnovers. I think the key for this game right now, you're locked at 23, so you haven't been overly hurt by it. But right now, Manuel's got to understand they've got to get to the boards. They cannot give second chance opportunities for Trinity.
Yeah, no doubt about it. As 4 turnovers for each team. Very impressive with the way this game started out. As tonight's halftime stats are presented by Ruoff Mortgage. Opening doors. Take a look at our individual scoring from that first half of play. First for Manuel, they had 5 guys find the scoring column, led by Malachi Coleman. 7 points for him, but he did pick up 2 fouls, so he'll have to be careful the rest of the way. 5 points for Ryan Sheen, 4 points apiece for Justice Decker and Josh Darst, and 3 points for Jared Tublin. For Trinity, they had 6 guys find the scoring column. Julius Edmonds led the way with 9 points. 4 points for Dre Vassar as well as Jaden Johnson. 3 points for Rocco Pfeiffer, 2 for Lance Chandler, and 1 for Alex Johnson. As it is a 23-23 ball game here at the half. We'll step aside for our break, come back on the other side, and bring you the second half of play. Stick with us. More coming up for your 7th Region semifinals tonight on Glycod.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Tradition means values, and we want a banker who has the same philosophy. Traditional Bank is a Kentucky-based business, and that does mean a lot to a business that is based in Kentucky. They know what we're going through. They are always there for us, and that means more than anything else. My name is Allison. I choose Traditional Bank because of the personal service. Paddle on into Canoe, Kentucky.
Blind Direct, not just blinds. Blind Direct, not just blinds.
Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 male graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. You're watching the 7th Region Basketball Tournament on Glycod.
And back here, Valley High School, second half just underway. Justin Kalen back here alongside Coach Mark Lieberman. And Coach, a 23-23 game starting this second half. Any expectations for the second half of play?
Just we'll see who just can do the little things right there. And you see Manuel come out of a horn set, the first set out of it, and just Tucker just couldn't come up with the basketball.
Now Trinity trying to jump back on top. That ball couldn't be caught cleanly, and a sloppy pass here, so a turnover both ways to start the half.
Looks like it's going to stay with Trinity here.
Okay, tipped.
but we'll see. Manuel again, just rebound the basketball. I'd love to have seen Decker just go and attack that basketball.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to give up position for possession to come up with it.
And him and Julius Edmonds have been guarding each other all night. Edmonds so far has got the better of that matchup, as here he is with the basketball, hands it off for Alex Johnson, who can't convert, and Sheen with another rebound.
Another big rebound, and they trapped on the ball screen.
As
But
Dublin.
nobody rotated over.
Decker wants to drive inside, turn around, and that one's short. I think Edmonds may have got a piece of that one, but we're going to get a foul called down low.
Tell you what, the Manuel team, on any missed shot, they're a tough group. You know, even if it's a missed shot, they're being really aggressive. They've got great hands. Really interesting to see them do that. Expect some sort of back screen here or some action.
And Coleman with a wild shot, misses everything. He thought he took some contact. As he's looking over at Coach Coleman. And now substitution as Jaden Johnson going to come out of the game. Number 4, Rocco Pfeiffer back on. Pfeiffer able to knock down a 3 in that first half of play.
Don't know if he picked up his third.
He did pick up his third, yeah. Good catch.
This is where, you know, Manuel, just be doing what you're doing.
And Sheen with the block and then secures the rebound. Quick outlet up for Darst, who heads right into, that's going to be a blocking call. Not sure about that one.
I'll tell you what, looked like he caught his move. He anticipated going back to his right hand. But I can't sing the praises of Sheen enough. He's doing the little things. He's blocking shots. He's rebounding. He's a good passer.
Pretty typical of Sheen's game, as it's basically what he's done all season long for this Crimson's team. As inbound here for Decker, and he's going to be whistled for steps.
You know, they've run that a couple times, the out of bounds play, that screen for him. He can wait for that and almost get a better angle, and you know, Trinity was struggling a little bit with it, not switching. But those are plays you got to finish. You want to win games like this.
Nearly 2 minutes through this third quarter, still no scores. As the third quarter starting out much like the first quarter did, took both teams time to get some rhythm, and it started out with the Julius Edmonds bucket in the first, and it starts out with one here in the third.
Great split. They trapped the ball screen up top. He was able to flash to it, was patient, was able to split that trap. Nice action by Edmonds.
Coach Saxton asking his guys to talk defensively. As Malachi Coleman in possession.
Again, the spacing is really good. They're looking for that opportunity maybe to get a back cut.
Coleman inside, trying to drop it down low for Sheen. And taken away by the Rocks as quickly they're coming up. Rocco Pfeiffer, another bucket.
Yeah, right off that live ball turnover. You know, you got Johnson on the bench. This is the opportunity where you want to try and build a lead, not lose it. Now, really got to get a good possession here.
Lead back up to 4 now for Trinity as Tublin will fire a 3. And how about that for an answer?
You know, dribble handoff. They go under that screen. He's too good a shooter for you to do that. Got to really battle and fight over.
Back to a 1-point deficit now for Manuel. As Vassar nearly losing possession, but able to track it down. Tublin playing some stout defense so far here tonight. As Edmonds looking for a teammate.
This Trinity seems out of sorts here, and it's kind of been ISO right here for Edmonds.
As Hill will get it up and in. Man, he has been tough tonight.
Yeah, you know, with Decker playing behind the post, that just makes it too easy.
And now we get a stoppage of play as we're going to get another towel out on the floor. Right in front of the Trinity student section as they let out a cheer.
You know, if Johnson's going to stay on the bench, this offense has to play through Edmonds. He has a lot of poise. He plays slow in the post, takes advantage, uses his body really well. Really effective scorer around the block. Decker's going to really have to make a commitment to fronting and really making it tough for Edmonds around the rim.
Keep your eye on number 11 in white as well. 3 fouls for Jaden Johnson. A little surprised to see him back in there as we've still got over 4 minutes left in this third quarter. As Sheen going to get it inside. Cross court now for Darst. Tublin again. This time comes up long. And rebounded inside by Johnson.
Great catch.
Now up Edmonds on the up and under. Can't convert, but grabs his own rebound. And another opportunity wasted, but another offensive board. And man, Trinity just can't find the bottom of the net.
Wow, there's so many opportunities there.
As Sheen on the other end floats it up. His shot no good. Now down low for Edmonds, and a little sloppy here in the last minute or so, and it'll remain that way as this one out of bounds, last touched by the Crimsons, and Coach Coleman wants a timeout to discuss things with his team. 3 minutes, 40 seconds left here in this third quarter. We'll step aside for a timeout as well, as this is a full break on the floor. Stick with us. More 7th Region semifinal action coming right up on Glycod.
The reason I went to Traditional Bank, I just felt at peace. The atmosphere was different.
Anytime we need anything, Traditional Bank's always there for us. Can't say enough about them.
Tradition to me means integrity. That's what our product's based on. Just the way I did it 25 years ago, we're doing it now on a mass scale.
My name's Curtis Mackley, and I choose Traditional Bank because of the relationship we have formed with them and their integrity. Welcome to Mingy Beef Jerky.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. If you're a new or experienced agent and you would like to join Polo Real Estate, contact them at 502-702-7656. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
You're watching the 7th Region Basketball Tournament on Glycod.
Justin Kalen, Mark Lieberman back with you here at Valley High School as we've got just under 4 minutes left here in this third quarter as Trinity on top 29-26. And both these teams, Coach, coming out of the locker room slow to get going, but they've started to find a little bit of footing. However, it's been somewhat sloppy in this third quarter. As Johnson going to draw the foul.
Yeah, great action out of the timeout. Johnson sets the pin down. It's false action, dribbling to the left. They reverse dribble back to the right, and a hard back cut by Johnson. Couldn't finish the play, but he's getting to the line. Always good to see teams run great action out of timeouts, and that's exactly what we saw.
As Johnson short on the first one. Coach Saxton just walking down that bench shaking his head. Might be something with this right basket. That's the bucket that Manuel struggled with from the line in the first. And Johnson proves me wrong.
Back to man for Trinity. Spacing, and again, just constant moving and just being patient and getting the best shot you can for Manuel.
Darren Wells back in the game for the Crimsons, and he's promptly going to travel.
He sure did. And those are the type of things they've had about 4 turnovers. You know, we talked about it earlier. They had 4 turnovers going into the half. They've got 4 turnovers in this third quarter alone with 3 minutes to go. They've got to get shots on goal.
Well, and that was a potentially costly one as Wells was going to send that into the corner for Coleman, who was wide open.
Now they're going 1-4 around 1 and trying to get some high-lows and Johnson some touches.
As Pfeiffer on a deep 2, can't convert, and trying to save it in bounds that time was Vassar, but he steps on the in-line.
Yeah, you got to squeeze those rebounds. I don't know how much more I can profess that, you know, those are so big in games like this.
Yeah. Now Coleman bringing it across the timeline, taking a glance over at the Manuel bench. And he'll try to utilize his speed and get inside and draw some contact.
Foul number 1 Chandler, that's his third.
That was Lance Chandler picking up the foul.
You know, Jared Tuvlin was in the lane there, and, you know, we talked about spacing, kind of clogged it up. If he can space out, that had a driving lane for Coleman. He would have got to the rim. Instead, the second defender was able to come over and help.
Wells over the top for Coleman. Under 3 to play here in this third quarter. As Coleman, tough shot, and he nails it.
Yeah, that's great action right there.
And now quickly the other direction. Edmonds going to lay it up and in. He's got 6 now in the third.
Man, that's just too easy. Decker's got to get back and sprint and get to his body. You get a big basket to cut it to 2, and then right away it's back to 4.
See if they can get Justice Decker more involved as he's got the basketball now. And a great back cut by Wells, and Decker finds him.
You know, that might get him going, just the easy play. Passing takes the tension out of the game. He makes the easy play. Now it's about stops.
First bucket of the game for Darren Wells, and back to a 2-point Manuel deficit. Under 2 to play here in the quarter. In the hands of Pfeiffer, outside now for Vassar.
You see what Trinity's trying to do is just spread the floor and get ISOs on the post.
Edmonds going to kick this one off for Johnson, and he loses it. And now we're going to get a foul on the floor, or they call a kickball.
I think they call the kick. Whenever the referee doesn't hustle over to the scorer's table, you know that's probably something else.
It looks like it was a kick, still no foul signal, so we'll roll with that.
Been a sloppy third quarter, and now all of a sudden, Manuel has a chance to either tie it up or take the lead here with this possession.
As Darren Wells will bring it across the timeline.
Trinity still in man.
Dublin on top. Decker, his 3 short. And Wells on the rebound and stick back and draws the foul.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, right? The ball just ends up in his hands, and you know, Decker kind of, again, just hunting for a shot, and loose ball ends up in his hands, and he's able to finish that play.
Well, we talked about it in the first half on the Trinity side of things. Missed shots offensively, if you're able to grab the rebound, almost as good as a pass.
No question, and Wells just Johnny on the spot and able to put that back in, and now let's see how Trinity answers.
Wells now up to 5 points, and they're going to say that one was tipped.
Looked like it was. Here's where they're going to try and get ISOs in the post.
Now Vassar backing up, being guarded by Decker. Somehow able to get it in for Edmonds, and he will take some contact with 54 seconds left.
You know, Manuel's trapping all those ball screens, and they're doing an effective job of that. But when the pass gets out of there, they all have to sprint out, and everybody's got to take 2 or 3 cheat steps because it's just been too easy to get a pressure release guy, and Edmonds is able to catch that and go strong to the rim.
That was Malachi Coleman picking up the foul, so that's his 3rd. He's going to be left out on the floor, at least for right now.
Well, Edmonds hit the free throw, so that rim is not cursed.
It's 2 now.
ever since you put the Bach on it, now it's
a reverse jinx.
You did.
It's rare in our profession. As Edmonds, one more opportunity here. And gets them both. How about 8 points in this third quarter for Julius Edmonds?
Yeah, he's been a force. He's been a beast around the rim. Really impressed with him.
Almost matches his first half total here in this third quarter alone. As Coleman on top. Now with Decker, who hands this one off for Darst. Takes some contact. Tries again on the offensive rebound and just a little short. And now Sheen, our guy, nearly coming up with a turnover. As now they're going to say he stepped on the end line.
Oh, what a play, though. I mean, just to hustle down and level off, and Trinity's trying to hit that drift pass consistently and just right on the spot.
26.5 left. Trinity 34, Manuel 33. And looks like another potential situation on the floor.
This might be a situation on defense. You might want to take Malachi out here with that 3 fouls. You know, you got Johnson on the bench, and not to pick up his 4th. You just don't want anything silly here and just leave it to the judgment of the officials.
Yeah, surprised he's out there, although Coach Coleman did the same thing at the end of the first half, and it worked out. So we'll see Here, fortunately, it's just going to be one shot for Trinity, so should be able to stay out of trouble. As we're down to 10, Dre Vassar in possession.
Again, they have a foul to give. Just letting the guy drive. And
Decker does foul, but I think that was in the shooting motion. It's actually going to be called against Darst. And they are going to say it was a shooting foul. So, yeah, I agree with you, Coach. I think that situation, you probably want to foul a little earlier.
Yeah, you've got a couple to give, and when they're running ISO like that, in college we call it X, and just, make them have to inbounds the ball with about 2 or 3 seconds rather than giving them some 3 points.
As Dre Vassar splashes home the first of 2. Can't get the roll on the second one, but the offensive rebound and a hook shot, if you will, forced up there by Avery Frasher, but it misses, and that'll bring us to the end of our third quarter of play. 35-33, Trinity continuing to lead as we've got 8 minutes left here in this one. Stick with us, more coming up for your 7th Region semifinals tonight on Glycod.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. If you're a new or experienced agent and you would like to join Polo Real Estate, contact them at 502-702-7656. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
Blinds Direct, not just blinds. Blinds Direct, not just blinds.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
The news says Gen Z is struggling.
And back here at Valley, 4th and final frame underway as Trinity on top by 2. Justin Kalen back here alongside Mark Lieberman as the Shamrocks going to turn it over to begin the 4th quarter.
And they ran a high-low, Johnson up top, and Edmonds, and a much better job of Decker of fronting the post there, making it a tough passing angle, and you force the turnover.
And now Manuel with a chance to tie or take the lead here on this possession. And it feels like one of those games, every possession from now on is going to have a huge impact on the outcome.
No question.
As Coleman loses that one out of play, took a lot of contact.
Yeah, it seemed like he got bumped off that by Johnson and just no call. And so you have back-to-back turnovers. Gotta just take care of it and run your best stuff. I'd like to see Malachi get a little bit lower on that handoff too. And Decker can almost fake that. They're cheating off that screen. He can maybe fake it and roll the other way.
Fortunately, it wasn't called a foul on Johnson, as that would have been his 4th. Now we're going to get a travel by Dre Vassar. So 2 turnovers to begin this 4th quarter. Not ideal.
Certainly not what you want here. Now you're just counting on your defense to lock in.
Coach Saxton shaking his head, looking for some answers.
No matter what's happened before, it's time for Decker to just...
Now Coleman, pass floated over the top as he gets it to Darst. And
they ran some nice action, the flare and then a rescreen to try and get an open 3.
Looks like they had a brief moment where they could have got it to Sheen in the corner. Instead, Coleman gets this one blocked away.
Again, forcing shots right here. Just got to trust your teammate to move that basketball.
Now here is Barry with it. Carry on, passes off to his left for Johnson. Back on top now for Chandler. Chandler had a bucket very early in this game, hasn't shot since until that last one.
And there's our guy Edmonds coming up with the the offensive rebound. They get a great stop, and then you give up the offensive rebound.
And we are going to get a full timeout taken here. 35-31. We'll step aside for a break as well. More 7th Region semifinal action coming right up on Glycod.
I'm your overly competitive brother.
Psych.
And I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh?
Foul!
And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Thanks, bro.
Take a lap, rookie.
Contact Louisville and Lexington Allstate agent Thomas Allen for a quote today. You're watching the 7th Region Basketball Tournament on Glycod.
And back here, Valley High School 35-33, Trinity on top with 6:31 left here in this 4th and final frame. Justin Kalen back alongside Coach Mark Lieberman as this game has been nip and tuck throughout. Almost feels like last team with the basketball will win this ball game, but you never know how this will play out here in this semifinal.
Yeah, both teams a little bit sloppy, taking care of the basketball, getting some good shots. I like what Trinity did the last possession, trying to get a high-low. Maybe see the same thing. Edmonds has been a beast around the rim. Whether it's Johnson posting, whether it's Edmonds posting, I think that's the way for Trinity to go here.
As it will be Trinity basketball coming out of the timeout. By the way, the championship on Monday night at 7 back here at Valley. It's going to be the winner of this one versus the winner of St. X and Seneca, which we'll have for you next. As Johnson hands this one off to Chandler.
And they're playing 4 round 1, and Decker does a good job of pushing Edmonds off his position.
Chandler getting it inside, now leaves it off for Jaden Johnson. And the Manuel folks behind us picking up their noise level.
Stay locked in defensively. Here's that, didn't trap as much, which I think is a little bit better. Don't show as much on those ball screens.
As now Barry tries to get it inside. He falls to the floor, and Decker wisely bends over and ties him up as it'll go back to Manuel here.
In the first half, Manuel was so effective, spreading the floor, back cutting, moving the basketball. It's been a little bit stagnant here, guys hunting shots. Let's see if they can get back to ball movement and getting the ball to the second or third side and making Trinity really have to work.
Coleman uses the screen by Decker, gets all the way to the hoop but can't convert. And another rebound pulled down by the Rocks. And quickly up, dunked home, that's Edmonds. And he has had one heck of a night, now up to 19 points.
Yeah, good drive by Coleman, but maybe go off 2 feet there, get a jump stop, get a pump fake.
As driving in, Decker loses it. Quickly up, Vassar, and he will take a hard tumble. Took a little bit of exception to that. Looked like Tublin did have a hand on the ball trying to poke it out. But the Trinity bench wanting a flagrant call. I didn't see anything nefarious there.
I did not either. Just good hustle. What you've got right now is just Manuel, just kind of getting out of rhythm. And their last 2 shots are just forced and quick, and guys just trying to force a play. Just be patient, and it's easier said than done, especially with high school players. But get them to relax and understand to trust the pass. Their offense works.
And we're going to get a 30-second timeout. We'll try to squeeze one in here as well. Stick with us. More coming up on Glycod.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. You're watching the 7th Region Basketball Tournament on Glycod.
And And back here, Valley High School, Justin Kalen alongside Mark Lieberman as we've got just over 5 minutes left. And a dandy of a game one in our semifinals tonight of the 7th region. And Edmonds, another bucket up and in for Trinity, and he has really been the man for the Shamrocks tonight.
Yeah, they set the cross screen for him to get around there. Great catch on that pass. Basket's in desperate need right now by Manuel.
Trying to get the ball inside for Decker as it's poked out of there. Justice Decker almost looking defeated here as we round out to the end of this one. Had a tough night.
Yeah, his body language right now, it's every time he spins or tries to make a move, he's being swarmed. He's got to become a facilitator when that happens. He's got enough good shooters around him, make the right play, try and look for kickouts.
Trinity student section calling out the Manuel student section here. All in good fun. As we dry off the basketball, now set to get underway. With 4:40 left, Trinity on top by 6. Tublin triggers the inbounds for Coleman. Now back with Tublin, drops it down low, Decker. And Decker gets it out, Sheen, and that three no good. But coach, that's exactly what you're talking about. Decker able to find the open shooter outside. Sheen just couldn't knock it down.
Yeah, it's exactly what you need. Just good look for him. He just couldn't knock it down. It's almost a desperation kind of mode.
Now Edmonds out for Vassar, being guarded by Sheen. So we're halfway through this fourth and final frame.
Here's where you can be extremely patient. The rules in high school, no shot clock. Just get the best shot you can for Trinity here. Don't need to force anything.
Johnson down low now.
That's a
Edmonds going to try to continue to work as he can't get it, but an offensive rebound and continuing to try to keep possession alive, and he does, and will draw the foul. What an effort down low by Julius Edmonds.
It's like watching Montrezl Harrell out there. You can't say enough about what that means. Miss and getting off the floor and just absolutely obsessed with rebounding on that possession. Really impressed with that young man.
Anxious to see Trez in the TBT this summer.
Yeah, he'll be playing.
Tearing it up. As Edmonds heading to the stripe here. 21 points for him in this one. As it'll stay that way momentarily. And Coach Coleman trying to call for a timeout. And now they will grant it to him as it will be a full timeout with 3:42 left, and we'll step aside for one as well. Stick with us. More 7th Region semifinal action coming up on Glycod.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. You're watching the 7th Region Basketball Tournament on Glycod.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Allstate Insurance Agent Thomas Allen. For a quote on home, auto, or life insurance, contact Thomas at 502-425-8484. Justin Kalen back here alongside Coach Mark Lieberman as Trinity has run out to a 6-point lead under 4 to play here in this one. What does Manuel need to do to try to fight back in this thing, Coach?
Well, it's the point where rebounding has been the biggest thing. On all those missed shots, Edmonds has just been attacking it. Just get your best set here, score, and maybe extend your pressure a little bit, make them uncomfortable.
Edmonds knocking down the second free throw. He's now up to 22 here in this one as Decker in the corner. Coleman, great look, and he can't convert, and that's one you've got to make.
Yeah, they attack the press. Got a great look for Malachi in the corner. Those are ones, there's nothing you could do. You just hope he knocks him down.
Coleman 40% from deep on the season, so a little surprising that misses.
Well, when you have to work this hard defensively, sometimes your legs go a little bit.
As Johnson getting down low, his shot comes up short.
Still plenty of time for them. They got just one good shot after another and just a stop or extending their pressure.
Absolutely. As Coleman inside, now outside for Wells. Wells with 5 first-half points. Been very silent here in this second-half play.
We saw in the first half so much good movement by Manuel with, off the ball, and guys are standing right now.
Here's Darst firing a 3 up, and rebounded by Edmonds.
Surprised Sheen isn't in there. He's a guy that can knock down shots and rebound, do little things for you.
And with that, we are going to get another timeout taken here. 2:26 left in this ball game. 40-33 our score. It's a full timeout, so we'll slide one in ourselves. Stick with us. More 7th Region semifinal action coming up on Glycod.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. You're watching the 7th Region Basketball Tournament on Glycod.
And back here, Valley High School, 2:26 left here in game 1 of 2 this evening as Trinity on top 40-33 over the Crimsons of Manuel. Justin Kalen back here with Mark Lieberman as we will have another game for you following this one, as it's going to be the St. X Tigers and the Seneca Redhawks. St. X, by the way, 30-3 on the season. They have been rolling.
We've got Manuel stuck on 33 for quite a while here. They've had some good looks. They just haven't been able to convert. And now with 2:26, you have to be very aggressive and maybe even look to foul.
Manuel has not scored in this quarter. Trinity's only scored 5. We're going to get a foul down low. This one called against Darren Wells. First foul for him, 3rd for the team.
You're almost very aggressive here. You're going for steals, but if a foul is called, smart decision there not to shoot the 3. And right now you're playing the clock more than Manuel.
As Vassar being guarded by Tublin. Now kicks it out. I think you nailed it. They're going to just try to eat up some clock here. And as I say that, Johnson goes to the rim, which should have been a bucket, but he misses. Now Sheen drops it down low for Wells, and a tough finish for him. And Coach Coleman not happy with this squad.
Yeah, that's one of those, he's got to finish that play.
And now Wells picks up the foul. Coach Coleman letting somebody hear it on the floor. As Josh Darst going to come in the game, he'll take over for Malachi Coleman.
I don't believe Manuel scored this quarter.
They have not, no. It was 35-33 after 3. I mean, the entirety of this game has been pretty low scoring, but a 5-0 quarter with 1:41 left, far from ideal.
Yeah, it's just, a couple runouts, a couple rebounds, and finishing plays by Trinity, and just Manuel's had some good looks. We remember that off the press breaker, and they had Coleman in the corner. That would have cut it to 3, and those are the kind of plays you look back and say, there's really nothing you can do. It's kind of helpless as a coach. You get a good open 3, and you hope those guys knock them down.
Inbounds all the way into the backcourt now for Jaden Johnson.
I think you might want to try and double some of this stuff, and you know, time is running away, so you either got to foul or double real quick.
Is this the point of the game where you start fouling intentionally here?
Yeah, man, I would send two at the ball and try and get a trap and a steal, and if it doesn't happen, then you go for a foul. But try and extend the game right now, because in high school rules, without the shot clock, Trinity can take 20, 30, 40 seconds off.
As it's going to be Dre Vassar heading to the free throw stripe here. And that front one short. Quick rest on the bench for Coleman as he's back out there now, replaces Darren Wells.
You gotta be disciplined here and get that. Make sure you rebound if it's a miss.
And it is not a miss as he hits the bottom of the net. And Dre Vassar now with 6 points here in this one, as we're going to get another timeout taken. This one just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. And we've got under 90 seconds to play, a minute 29, and this place has started to really fill up nicely as we get set for the second game of the evening. This one right here has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, you got right now a 3-possession game, but you can't think that way. If you're Manuel right now, you want to attack early in the clock, try and get downhill, either get to the rim or a kick out, and then right away into whatever defense you're going to do, whether it's a man-to-man press or a zone press. But you got to extend that pressure, make Trinity uncomfortable once you do get a basket. Try and get off the schneid here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, see if they can put one through the hoop. As it's going to be Josh Darst inbounding the basketball for Malachi Coleman.
They run this high ball screen here with him and Decker.
Coleman with a full head of steam pulls up now. As they'll get it off for Decker, the three. And long, rebounded by Johnson. And Johnson gets trapped. That ball nearly taken away, but able to get it up for Chandler. And wise move there by Jaden Johnson, getting it back out for Vassar.
Yeah, clever play, doesn't force anything, and Trinity's had a lot of poise here down the stretch.
And time running out for Manuel.
Yeah, it's been a struggle for Decker, and you know, it's just he hasn't got any clean looks, and he's had to force a few shots, and you try and hopefully get shots in rhythm off passes and whatnot instead of just trying to force the action.
First free throw up and in. We'll extend the lead up to 9 now. Deep breath here for Vassar. Dribbles it a couple times. And he gets them both. So now 8 points for Dre Vassar. One thing Manuel's done really well tonight, D'ing him up as, speaking of D, how about that block there by Alex Johnson? And a foul by Malachi Coleman, and Vassar heading back to the free throw stride. That was 4 on Coleman. And Coach Coleman wants a timeout to discuss things with his team with 49.9 seconds left. Still no signal, as there it is. It'll be a full timeout, so we'll sneak one in as well. Stick with us. We've got more coming up for your 7th Region semifinals tonight right here on Glycod.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. You're watching the 7th Region Basketball Tournament on Glycod.
A 10-point lead now for Trinity, 43-33 as coming out of the full timeout. It'll be free throws upcoming for Dre Vassar to try to extend that lead. Justin Kalen back alongside Mark Lieberman as we've got 49 seconds left in this one, and seems that the clock may be ticking for Manuel. It's going to be really tough to come back at this point with Trinity up 10.
Yeah, and any common foul is not a shooting foul right now. They've got 0 team fouls, so regardless, you know, as that rim has been very kind in the second half, but yeah, it's a tough situation right now for Manuel. They had some good looks, but they got away from what really kept them in the game, was that just great cuts, ball movement, and Trinity's athleticism really took over in the second half.
Vassar comes up with both free throws, so now he's in double figures at 10 points. As Coleman looking to extend this game as he gets inside and up and in. And now a quick foul called against Justice Decker.
Just little things you think about, and it's a 10-point game, and I think Trinity has this one, but once that ball goes through the net, the clock doesn't stop in high school basketball. You almost want to let it go, and that shaves another 2 or 3 seconds off, because really at this point you're just worried about the clock.
Up and in now for Alex Johnson. Second free throw he's knocked down on the evening, and another timeout taken here by Coach Coleman, as this will be a 30-second timeout again with his team trailing by 11. And Coach, why at this point in the game, score the way it is, time left on the clock, why are you taking a timeout at this point?
Well, yeah, that's interesting. You know, if after Coleman made that layup is probably when you want to take that timeout and set up your defense and explain what you want to do. Here, you've left your team without any timeout, so even if you do score, like what I mentioned, Trinity doesn't have to inbound the basketball right away. They can take time off, so that clock is not going to stop. Yeah. Maybe some last words of encouragement to some of your guys, but yeah, it's going to be tough footing here, and you don't have Reggie Miller here, so I don't know if a comeback is possible.
They do have 4 seniors, make it 5 seniors on their roster. Darren Wells, Ryan Sheen, Josh Darst, Jared Tublin, and Adrian Dale. Dale's the only one we haven't seen here tonight. As Johnson knocks down both free throws, as that lead now biggest of the evening up to 12, as Sheen fires it up. He can't convert. And now a full court pass, as Johnson wisely going to pull it back.
Yeah, you don't need the foul here. Smart play.
Yeah, Manuel resigned to the fact that this one is over, and it is indeed. 47-35 is going to be your final score here for this one, as Manuel puts up 2 points in the 4th and final quarter, and Trinity will advance to the championship of 7th Region here on Monday night, as they will advance to take on either St. X or Seneca. We'll find out the winner of that one here in our next contest. But for now, let's step aside for a break, and we'll come back on the other side and break this one down, bring you some post-game coverage, some statistics, as well as give you your most outstanding players. Stick with us. We've got more upcoming tonight on Glycod for your 7th Region semifinal action.
Go ahead. Pour it on. As thick as you want to. Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering. Serving up the tastiest ribs, chicken, brisket, brown sugar sticky wings, mutton and ham. Always served to you fresh and so good, it'll make you say,
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, 7508 Preston Highway.
Holy smokes!
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Gen Z is a stalled generation. The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a cider ranch.
For your surprisingly great home and auto rate, call State Farm agent Brian Morrison in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by State Farm Insurance agents Brian Morrison and Mike Shelton. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And back here at Valley High School, where we have wrapped up game 1 of 2 here this evening. 47-35. Trinity gets it done over DuPont Manuel here in this one. And a back-and-forth affair up until that 4th quarter of play. Justin Kalen back here alongside Coach Mark Lieberman. And, Coach, up until the 4th, it was a nip-and-tuck ball game. I mean, we look at our scoring breakdown. Trinity was on top 13-10 after 1. We were tied at 23 after 2. And then it was a 35-33 advantage for Trinity after the 3rd quarter of play. What allowed them to pull ahead in that 4th quarter and really have a nice, comfortable win in this one tonight?
I think they really locked in defensively. They have such great length and athleticism. Nothing was easy. You know, they made life hard for Decker throughout the game. Wherever he was taking contested shots. Same thing with Malachi Coleman. He was driving in, getting his shot blocked, and those misses, their balance, their floor balance wasn't great, led to some runouts by Trinity, and they were able to extend that lead. And Trinity just knocked down free throws at the end, and it really was tough going offensively for the Manuel squad.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Let's take a look at some of the final statistics from this one, brought to you by Ruoff Mortgage, opening doors. And first for Manuel, let's take a look at the individual scoring as they were led by Malachi Coleman, who ended up with 11 points here in that one. Jared Dublin with 6 points, 5 points for Ryan Sheen and Darren Wells, 4 points for Josh Darst, and 4 points for Justice Decker as well. Coach, I want to touch on Justice Decker a little bit. He has been the number 2 player for this Manuel team all season long, but he really struggled in that contest.
You know, just when you go against guys that, you know, he's a formidable guy. He's nice and strong, and he's got a great body, but you know, you have guys like Edmonds and Johnson and so on that really can make life difficult for him, so he wasn't able to score over some of that length. Really bothered him, kind of forced some shots, was hunting, which you're going to do in a game like this. You're trying to get your team going. It's not a selfish thing. You're trying to make some shots, but nothing came easy for him throughout the game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Really where this game stands out before we get to the Trinity starters, or Trinity scorers rather. One thing that really stands out to me when I look at this scoring sheet, 34 total rebounds for Trinity, with 13 of those coming on the offensive rebound. Only 20 rebounds in the game for Manuel, 5 of those coming on the offensive end. So it was complete domination for the Shamrocks when it comes to the boards.
You had that one possession where Edmonds just got 3 offensive rebounds by himself and was able to get to the free throw line just off that. He was relentless on the boards, really impressed with his aggressiveness. You know, he's a handful down by the rim.
Yeah, Edmonds, let's go ahead and get to the statistics from this one. He was the leading scorer for Trinity in this one, 22 points. Check this out, 14 rebounds for Edmonds, and 8 of those coming on the offensive side. I don't know if I've ever seen a guy grab 14 rebounds in a game and more than not coming from the offensive side. Just giving those possessions, keeping them alive for Trinity, which then would allow them to get another look at the bucket and potentially more scores, which I think that's something that really helped them extend this lead as well.
Yeah, we talked about at the beginning of the game that they just got to do their job. You know, they forced tough shots for Trinity, but what they couldn't do was gang rebound. They weren't physical enough on the boards, and those things led to Trinity extending that lead and their athleticism. And you got to give credit to Trinity. That's their strength. You know, going high-low and trying to get the ball inside. They didn't have to force shots, and they could score around the rim, and when they missed, they were able to clean up the boards offensively and defensively.
Yeah, Dre Vassar was the second leading scorer for Trinity in this one, 10 points for him. He had 4 rebounds and 4 assists to go along with those 10 points. 5 points for Rocco Pfeiffer, 5 points for Jaden Johnson, 3 points for Alex Johnson, and 2 points for Lance Chandler in game 1 of 2 here tonight from Valley. As we look at the shooting numbers for this one, it was 33% for Manuel for the game, 23.5% from deep as they went 4 of 17, and 63.6% from the free throw stripe for Trinity. Only 35% from the field, 25% from behind the arc with 2 of 8, and 17 of 24 from the free throw stripe. So, Coach, neither of these teams shot the ball very well from the field or from beyond the arc, but Trinity with those 17 of 24, good for 70% from the free throw stripe. That's 10 more free throws than Manuel in a game that Trinity won by 12.
Yeah, it's a byproduct of their rebounding. And that's really, you know, if you look on it, on what the big difference was, it was how they were able to control the boards. That allows them to get to the free throw line. Some of those free throws were late when Manuel was down, but they were able to knock those down, maintain that lead, and you got to give credit to Trinity to just have some poise down the stretch.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We had 4 lead changes in that one, 6 ties as well, as Trinity gets it done, 47-35. Our final score, semifinal number 1, as we get set for St. X and Seneca in the second game here tonight. We'll step aside for a break. We'll come back. We'll bring you some most outstanding players of the game, and then we'll turn our attention to game number 2 this evening from Valley. Stick with us. More 7th Region semifinal action coming right up on Glycod.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
Tradition means values, and we want a banker who has the same philosophy. Traditional bank is a Kentucky-based business, and that does mean a lot to a business that is based in Kentucky. They know what we're going through. They are always there for us, and that means more than anything else. My name is Allison. I choose traditional bank because of the personal service. Paddle on into Canoe, Kentucky.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. If you're a new or experienced agent and you would like to join Polo Real Estate, contact them at 502-702-7656. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Blind Select, not just blinds. Blind Select, not just blinds.
You're watching the 7th Region Basketball Tournament on Glycod.
And back here, Valley High School, where we have wrapped up game number 1 as Trinity gets it done 47-35 over the Crimsons of Manuel. Justin Kalen back here with you as both teams now out on the floor with their pregame warm-ups for the second game here tonight, but we've got a little bit of cleaning up to do from the first game as we've got to bring you some most outstanding players. Tonight's most outstanding players are presented by State Farm Insurance agent Mike Shelton and Brian Morrison. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Let's start first for the losing DuPont Manuel Crimsons. And we're going to give it to the guy who's been Mr. Consistent all season long. Malachi Coleman ended this contest with 11 points, 2 rebounds to go along with 1 assist. Did have 4 turnovers and had to battle through some foul trouble, but he was able to put up the most points for the Crimsons here tonight. So he is your player or most outstanding player for the Crimsons. And for Trinity, pretty easy decision on their side of things as Julius Edmonds, 22 points in that contest, 14 rebounds to go along with those 22 points, 8 offensive rebounds, 6 of them coming on the defensive end. So Julius Edmonds, your most outstanding player for Trinity. Malachi Coleman, your most outstanding Manuel player, as that is a look at your most outstanding players. And we will step aside for a break here. We'll come back on the other side, and we will turn our attention to game number 2 on the evening, as it's going to be the St. X Tigers, 30-3 on the season, taking on a 16-15 Seneca Redhawks team. Stick with us. We'll have that upcoming for you on the other side of this break. 7th Region semifinal action tonight here on Glycod.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets.
Cuckoo Crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a side of ranch.
For your surprisingly great home and auto rate, call State Farm agent Brian Morrison in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The reason I went to traditional bank, I just felt at peace. The atmosphere was different.
Anytime we need anything, Traditional Bank's always there for us. Can't say enough about them.
Tradition to me means integrity. That's what our product's based on. Just the way I did it 25 years ago, we're doing it now on a mass scale.
My name is Curtis Mackley, and I choose Traditional Bank because of the relationship we have formed with them and their integrity. Welcome to Mingy Beef Jerky.
Gen Z is a stall generation. The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
I'm your overly competitive brother. Psych. And I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh? Foul! And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me. Thanks, bro. Take a lap, rookie.
Contact Louisville and Lexington Allstate agent Thomas Allen for a quote today. You're watching the 7th Region Basketball Tournament on Glycod.
Gen Z is a stall generation. The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Go ahead, pour it on, as thick as you want to. Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, serving up the tastiest ribs, chicken, brisket, brown sugar sticky wings, mutton and ham, always served to you fresh and so good, it'll make you say,
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, 7508 Preston Highway.
Holy smokes!
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets. Cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a side of ranch.
For surprisingly great rates,